Look at this. Antique shotgun. Journal entry for the antique shotgun. Let's see, what is it? Antique shotgun. Design Sank EHLCPS. Containment protocol. Observed storage protocols for IS-0099. As with any conventional firearms, separate the subject from easily accessed ammunition. Always treat subjects as if it were loaded. Do not point it at anyone. Oil and clean it regularly, and test fire carefully wearing ear and vision protection. Additionally, when test...
Stealing Dusky.
Okay.
Yoink.
To private gaming.
Additionally, when test firing IS-0099, ensure no personnel are present within a 50-meter radius, and no valuable or sensitive machinery, stores, equipment, weaponry, infrastructure, architecture, or structural significant material is present within a 30-degree arc extending 2,500 meters downrange. Inventory full. That we can't have that. We're gonna be picking up some fun stuff in here, so I'm gonna just preemptively. We're just gonna go throw out some of the stuff I don't think I need that much of. Or I take the antique shot. He. I got boom stooge. Also, the gravity dampener. Interesting. Hello.
Dr. Mance, Cascade Facility. When people ask where we found IS-0172, I tell them the truth. It was recovered from a kebab restaurant in rural Turkey, where it was being used as a doorstop. The fact that it is, by a factor of tens, the oldest known manufactured object on Earth, forged from alloys not to be invented for another 1.7 million years, was irrelevant to the owner, who accepted in exchange 50 lira and a small rock. We are no closer to identifying its creators.
I'm noticing something. My weapons are recharging. Why are my weapons recharging? Is this an effect of my backpack? If so, absolutely. Greatly reduces battery drain when worn. That's not battery drain, that's battery recovery. So, do I have crystal current? Your batteries are charging slowly. Okay. Interesting.
I have had to secure IS-52 personally, following the latest abuse of containment procedures by staff in C-blocks. I understand fully well the attraction of jumping 3 times higher than normal, or floating gently down from the 3rd story of the megalift. But the gravity cube is not a toy. While I admit to a light skip as I carried it to its containment cell, it is a profound and unique disturbance in the space-time fabric of our universe. It's also quite glowy.
Hello? About now. This is Dr. Abraham Stern, concerning immune procedures for IS-235. While I haven't had a tremendous amount of time with 235, certain phenomena would seem to suggest that our containment procedures are, well, they may be insufficient. The general attitude appears to be that 235 is a harmless curiosity, but close examination of the video cassette tape in which it currently abides has revealed small, even exiguous amounts of a substance that concerns me considerably. I performed some preliminary investigations, basic classifications with Dr. Ross, but we were unable to determine whether the residue was biological or chemical or even solid, for that matter. Slightly embarrassing, but for the record, I recommend assigning someone to investigate this. Properly. Reasonably soon. Oh.
My personal disinclination towards firearms in general leaves me largely underprepared to record anything of value surrounding 099. I'm not what you might call a gun nut. I can tell you it's antique. I can go on about its material makeup and even tell you how it functions on a chemical level. The answer is, mundanely, this shotgun shows no anomalous properties when held or fired. But it certainly did at one point in time. We've tried different personnel, brought it back to its place of origin, and tried several types of ammunition. At present, it bruises your shoulder when you fire it. Testing is ongoing for now. Dr. Pendleton and I had a frank exchange of views today. I described IS-055 as a noxious weed and suggested that recent events in the reactors have borne this out. She insisted that antiverse flowers had a beauty to them. I was not in the mood for a lesson in aesthetics, and pointed out that so does a mushroom cloud.
Entropy flower. Alright then.
This is Dr. Mance. Studying the tensor dynamics of our perforation system, there's one particular thing I've noticed. It seems that the distension of the continuum has an attractive effect, locally. Which is to say, left unguided, portals will ground their exits near other portals. If they weren't so unstable, I'd be tempted to suggest this could be exploited as a way to travel rapidly around the facility. I can imagine what Dr. Thule would think of that, unless it meant getting his coffee quicker.
Interesting.
Thank the stars. All I wanted was a place to rest a few hours without getting eaten or shot or minced. But I accidentally locked myself in. 2 PhDs, but you'd never know it. I'd very much prefer not to rot in here. So if you could help me out, I'd be extremely grateful. And I can help. I'm confident that I can get us through the vacuum chamber to the surface elevator. In fact, I'm sure of it. If you could just get this door open. Resetting the system in the control center should open these cells and reprogram the guns out there. And if I'm right, it should give us access to the rest of the containment block, too. You just have to get to the control center in, one piece.
Now, there's a right way and a wrong way to do this. The right way is you set up the grab and you make yourself light and you jump this gap here. The wrong way is you go ahead and get very tanky. Literally walk your way through there. But I don't think I'm ready for that just yet. Especially, I don't want to lose all the stuff that is on me. So, let's just go ahead. Okay. Hey, how's it going? So, okay. Yeah. So we just need to go to direct containment. Just making sure I get my bearings before I go ahead and get this done. A snug hat to keep even the coldest scientist toasty and warm. +1 cold resistance. The floppy hat. Oh. But that's the thing. I need to go ahead and...
Power services for today will be stopping momentarily. If you have any specimens outside of containment, return them immediately. Have an efficient and effective evening.
In here, we will put this and this. Over here. We're going to go ahead and do this and this. And then we're going to craft these. And that is going to replace that. There we go. Okay. Goddamn. All right.
Our world.
Okay. Ooh. There we go.
Alert! There has been a complete containment failure. Please make your way to defense sector by any means available. Have an efficient and
Shit.
effective day.
I thought this would work. Oh no. All right. There we go. Okay. There we go. The fuck? That caught me off guard. I didn't realize that these things were about. But that means things are gonna get even more interesting here in the labs. Zombies. All staff working on A16 viral program. You are not to enter the research area unarmed, whether you are undertaking a virological study here at Cascade, or working on A16 itself, or doing field research on its unfortunate outbreak in A23. You must carry self-defense equipment at all times. Life cycles. Okay, I'm certain that 184 is the final stage of the life cycle. It starts as 171, which metamorphosizes into little hoppers, then generates hyper aesthetic focal pods I showed you, or sleeps in them. I do not know yet. Anyways, when it emerges as 178, it grows to the adult, for lack of a better word. That happens to be a lot faster than it does in A2, as we are seeing. But I get that. But even so, does it seem a little too perfect? I've been thinking about it. There's some really weird cellular architecture, like favorable bionucleation. It's extremely hard to imagine how this would have occurred naturally in some such a stable form. Curious stares. Hi, Stanley from Janitorial. Something is very wrong with the supply closet under the Curie stairwell. I can't explain it, but explain it. Can someone from containment go check it out, please? We never get to go in there. I'll take a look, but I'll need to get some keys first. Stanley, when did this start? That was unbearable. Has anybody else noted this? Come see me immediately. I will need a full list of persons who have access to that room. It must be a side effect from a instability. Nearby instability should have been referred to. Inbox autoresponder. Mr. Reen is on medical leave until further notice. Please send all janitorial inquiries to Mr. Beckett. Purple dust.
To anyone considering study, investigation, or indeed any kind of interaction with the Red Chair, IS-018, I can advise only caution. Consider this piece of furniture a tool of assassination. No less for being so thoroughly arcane in its function. If you find yourself affected, we can do little to assist you. Exercise utmost care in its vicinity. No resting, no leaning, no sitting, reclining, or indeed any form of recumbence on or near this furnishing. It's also extremely damp, perpetually. Dr. Mance, Cascade Facility. The tub of blood. Dramatic, I know, but This entity gives me, in scientific terms, the heebie-jeebies. It's uniquely dangerous. We've locked it in a cell, and that seems to work well enough. It doesn't liquefy or slip through drains, as Tang feared. It's solid enough and prefers to stay near its point of origin. We send cleaners through every morning to spray down the walls. IC-13 tends to touch everything in sight when it crawls out of its metallic cocoon. We found the tub, more of a metal trough in after reports of a blood-covered nighttime boogeyman. The gatekeepers performed a snatch and grab mission while it hibernated, though they claim it woke twice on the flight here. I've reviewed the footage. It's messy. I'm not sure we can ascertain its goal or where it goes when the tub refills. We've run tests on the blood to dismal results. 0 genetic matches. But we'll keep giving it a stir, figuratively speaking. Update on IS-102. Human exposure to the phage has highly negative effects, transforming victims into hyper-aggressive, mindless predators. While it encourages breeding in its original hosts, human hosts seem There are useful applications of this phenomenon. I am slow to see them. I have given Tenku 2 weeks to show production.
I don't want to do this. Don't want to do this. But
On behalf of the Department of Virus Research